Right, I'm in York now. Hi, I'm in New York now. As you know from part 1, I came here to support David Alexander. David Alexander, he went with megaphone there. There is the supporters here. You can give your name, please.
Maxine Groves.
Maxine Groves. So why are you here?
To get the court justice in family court for all people involved.
Right, and your name?
I'm Kathleen.
Okay, nice to meet you. And your name?
And I'm Chris, I'm grandparent. And
You're also grandparent. Right, so your grandchildren were also taken.
Grandchildren.
Then mum and dad, so.
I see, also were taken, yeah. Well, I mean, what's going on? You are here, no, you're not imprisoned, I mean, so what was the reason? So they give any reason? There should be no any reason, I think.
No,
False allegations.
took them off. Basically, the reason why they said I can't have my kids back is because I want them abused when I was in child.
No, they take a child because she was abused when she was a child. I mean, this is insane logic, I mean, to my view, okay? I mean, I don't have even words for it. So if problem with you that you cannot have any more children, I mean, what is this? This is a total absurd. I mean,
The keep quoting her mental health, but that few social services, she's had 4 mental health assessments, no mental health issues, but they will not accept it.
well, I'm not surprised. To me, they label me that I got a Holocaust trauma from my father who was in ghetto. So after 70 years after the war, my child should go to foster care because his grandfather was in ghetto. I mean, you see any sense of it? This is they just want to get children in care. That's all what they want. I mean, so we've been demonstrating there as a council, and now there's a day when children will be adopted. I believe that David has some substantial support from his MP, so it's very far from ended. So, right, that's here we are. My name is Eugene. It will be all broadcasted on Twitter and Facebook. If media not come, we'll make our own media until media will notice us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here today outside York County Court, the court that abuses children and families. Yes, I said abuses. We're here today because the judge is going to unlawfully finalise the adoption of 2 children who have a sister at home waiting for them. The judge has no lawful reason to put these children into adoption. Social services are stealing them just to make the numbers up, to meet government targets, so that they can keep the budget for the coming year. Today, Judge Wildsmith is going to finalise the adoption when there is no lawful reason for these children to be placed for adoption. They have a home, they have a sister, they could be at home, they do not need to be adopted. It is the judge and social services stealing them for the numbers. There is no lawful reason for this judge to do this. He knows, the judge knows, that the children have been abused by social services. He knows that the evidence in the case is flawed. It's flawed with lies, with perjury, false reports.
I don't think
And
so.
he accepted these reports on the grounds that they exist.
He's absolutely fine, normal guy.
Court, they would have been kicked
Well, I
out.
will ask
The
him.
whole
I
case
don't think he's
would be
vegan, but I will ask
in
him.
criminal court. But in the secret family courts, it's allowed. The truth is not. Lies, perjury, false reports is accepted. Parents have no rights in these courts. The secrecy of these courts is only protecting the abusers, not the children. It is not in a child's best interest to be needlessly taken from its family. And yet, Judge Wildsmith, is going to finalise the adoption illegally. Forced adoption. He knows that the case is flawed. He knows that reports are false. He should not have allowed these. The case fell apart the minute the reports were proved false, but he accepted them. Criminal courts would not. Criminals have more rights than our children or parents. These courts are operated to protect the abusers, not the children.
This is your county court. Your county court here. Well, I don't think that to have a children you need to have special license. I mean, otherwise we will all end up as being assessed whether we have a right to have children or not.
And these family courts are corrupt. There is no justice for our children. No justice for parents. Social services can do and say what they wish without any evidence. This court should not be finalising this adoption. It is illegal. There is no need for it. They have no lawful grounds to put these children into adoption. They're doing it because they can. It's time the government investigated these courts and social services and may hold them accountable for their actions. They are the criminals.
So many tragic stories here, you see.
Parents are threatened with prison if they speak the truth.
To have 70,000 children in care, well, I mean, of course I don't know every case here, but logically very few parents are imprisoned. So why not to let them to bring up children, waste taxpayers' money? I mean, I don't know.
They need investigating.
And they want to drag me to prison. They want to drag me to prison because I dare to criticize Medway Children's Services on Twitter, on Facebook. Can you imagine that? Like in Bahrain, you know? Have you read that someone is going to be imprisoned in Bahrain because of his tweets? So I'm going to be imprisoned on the 16th of January. I might be imprisoned in a Canterbury County Court under the guidance of Judge Scarat because of my tweets and Facebook posts where I criticized Medway Children's Services, where I criticized Director of Children's Services and some social workers. This is insane. I don't want my child stay in a foster care. So this is York.
Adoption is supposed to be a last resort, not a first option.
Such a nice, lovely day, and people have to stay who lost their children.
These courts need investigating. Social services need investigating.
Make social workers accountable for their actions.
I don't know. All this criterion, emotional abuse. We can see normal people who are not charged with any crimes. I mean, I don't know why children should go there are poor people, rich people, but doesn't mean that people who has problems they just can lose their children. Who knows what's going on? In a good family, there are no perfect parents. No perfect parents at all. You can always find some problem with even, you all know that children in the most well-off families could have lots of problems as well. So, I mean, I don't see any sense of it. And when you raise your voice, they drag you to prison. I mean, they accuse me that I breached injunctions. It will be no cover-up in this case, and I appeal again to my advocates to bring my child back home, because it will only become worse. I want to work with you, I want to cooperate. As I said, I'm not perfect. I can do, things, but I didn't abuse my child. Why he should stay already a year and a half in the foster care? This is cruel, this is insane. I'm a single carer. I took care of him all the time, and just drag him into foster care is not going to, it's not going to happen. I must him get home immediately. It's quite disgusting what these people do. David kindly come to support me in my court. Now he's staying near the courtroom.
Behind that window is stealing my grandchildren on the say-so of false reports by social workers. Reports he knows are false. Reports he
Thank you
knows
for
are
liking.
lies. And he allowed them in the case on the grounds that they exist. Criminal courts would kick the case out. This judge, no, he accepted it all, and he is going to aid social services, social workers in stealing my grandchildren, just so they can get the bloody budget.
David, you said that they wanted that you kick out of your home your own son. Is that what you told me?
Yes, social services, the child that I have in my care, social services wanted me to kick my son and his wife,
your own
out,
son
my own son and his wife, out onto the streets.
But this is insane.
As a condition to allow the child to stay with me.
But this is insane.
But I refused to do it. I refused.
But he's your son. How you can kick him out? I mean, I don't understand that.
They said it would confuse the child.
It would confuse the child.
Having his the parents about.
What?
How would having your parents confuse a child, any child?
I cannot get it.
They don't think about it, these courts, social services, and these judges don't care. Our children are just numbers to them.
So what was the name of the social worker?
There's been a few. In that case, it was I'm sorry, I can't remember her name.
Okay, fine. Not to
because
worry.
that's the first case for the one that lives with me.
I see. Anyway,
that's when they wanted me to kick my son and his wife out on the streets.
Well, I believe they have to bear personal responsibility for their actions.
And there was nothing wrong with them living with me. I have a 4-bedroomed house. There's me and my wife was in it.
I cannot get it. So, what was the problem? That parents will confuse their own children? I mean,
yeah, that's what the social worker said. I can't think for life of me what the name was. I know the name of social worker in this case.
Yeah.
Ellie Maltby. She's the
one
in this
can you
case.
say it again? We have to.
Ellie Maltby is the social worker
Ellie
in this
Maltby.
case that thinks because I'm 60 it might be too much for me.
But why? You're quite sound person.
When she came to do an assessment on me having the twins, she spent about half an hour with me, and she asked me, the assessment consisted of, do I know how to change a nappy? I've had 5 children of my own, and I've got, at the time, a 3-year-old. And she asked, do I know how to change a nappy?
Ellie Maltby.
Ellie Maltby, yeah.
Ellie Maltby.
Doing the assessment for me to have the twins. The second question she had,
was, do you know how to make a bottle?
How to make a bottle?
Do I know how to make a baby's bottle? I've had 5 children of my own and I've got granddaughter. And she needs to ask me. That was her assessment of me.
This is outrageous.
Before she was going, I had to ask her if she'd like to go see the bedroom where we could house the twins. I had to ask her before she went. And that was her assessment. And this court thinks it was a wonderful assessment.
So what was the name of her manager?
I don't know the name of the manager.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Molby.
Ellie Maltby is the...
M-O-L-B-Y. Molby. This is her.
Maltby.
Maltby.
M-A-L-T-B-Y.
All right. Well, she should bear personal responsibility for it.
Assessment.
Because obviously it's a bit of fake assessment. You own a 4-bedroom house. Well, I can see you're a sound person. I mean, so you're quite strong. I mean, so what is the problem here?
I own my house. It's mortgage free.
It's even mortgage free. Oh my God! It's mortgage free. It's very rare in this country to have mortgage free house.
My home is mortgage free.
And you have car and everything. I mean,
I am not suitable to look after 2 children with my grandchildren. This court, Judge Wildsmith, behind that glass, and social services, today he is going to finalise the adoption. When my son appealed for it not to be finalised, he says there's no significant changes.
There is no significant changes.
No, and that is because there's nothing to change. You don't fix what's not broken. If there's nothing to change, how can you? The stupidity of these people is beyond belief. People need to open their eyes and see what's going on in these courts. It is wrong. They know it's wrong. That judge knows them children would be fine with me. He knows it. He knows the evidence in the case is false. When I appealed, it being brought into the case, the prosecution stood up and said, yes, there's a good case here.
It's a good case here.
It's a good case. He's got good, valid points. The report was flawed. That false report makes every bit of evidence in this case flawed. In a criminal court, it would have been kicked out. But no, this is family court. It's protected by the secrecy that only protects the abusers. And that's what they are, abusers. The times I wrote to this judge telling him they was abusing the 2-year-old by not allowing her to have visits with her sisters, no response, not in the slightest. It's a legal duty of social workers to promote contact with siblings and family.
Looks like they're above law. Look like they're above law.
Knew about it.
Let's go.
Please.
Hi guys, do you mind just being broadcasted on a Periscope Twitter?
Complaining because they megaphone.
Sorry?
Well,
Okay, I will not put you. Just not to worry. There is a police, but I will not broadcast them because they asked me not to, so we respect it.
Just now, outside Judge's window, I was talking while being recorded. Talking loudly. Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
It was nothing wild, nothing special because recorded all. There is no anything big beyond law, not to worry about.
The only problem is they don't like the truth. They don't want the truth out.
as long as you're over there, I'll go speak to them and I'll let them
Well,
know.
I was over there and the security came out and saw us over there. They know. And if they say we was doing it here, we can show you video footage.
Yes, video footage, yes. All is being video recorded.
Okay.
What
See,
she problem they
the
have?
court doesn't like the truth. they have complained that they can hear me in the building.
Oh, really?
That
Oh.
is the whole bloody point of me being here, so they can hear me. That judge is stealing my grandchildren. That judge in that courtroom
It's
is
so cruel,
stealing
just-
children. Judge Wildsmith.
What is the name of it?
Judge Wildsmith.
Wildsmith. Wildsmith.
He is
Wildsmith, right.
stealing my grandchildren to make numbers up for social services. He knows the case is flawed. He knows the evidence is false. He knows I'm capable of what he and social services are saying I'm not. I've done it. I've brought 5 children of my own up. I've got 8 grandchildren.
It's so cruel, I mean.
There
it's
is nothing
incredible.
wrong with them. Them children should not be adopted, and that judge wants to throw his pen away instead of signing that document. It's illegal, and I will not stop coming back.
It's really tragic.
I don't care if this judge can hear me. I don't care if I'm disturbing his other kids. He has stolen my grandchildren, and I want them back. Do not sign that form. Do not finalise it. You are stealing them children. They're not yours to give away.
I'm sure case will be reconsidered. He has support of his
No
MP.
lawful reason, and you know it.
Unfortunately, I don't have support of my MP because he can care less, Raymond Chisti. He can care less about this case,
And
you
the
see.
social workers all belong in jail themselves. They're stealing children. Do not sign that form today. Refuse it. Give the children back to the family. God.
So allowed to use megaphone outside, yeah?
Over there, yeah.
Here not, but there, yes.
Over there or over there. If they can hear the truth, tough.
Of course. They just get used to, they can do whatever they want to put them.
They need to hear the truth. They need to start.
No, frankly, guys, I mean, I saw this guy, I mean, there's nothing wrong with these people, you
They
see.
need to stop abusing children.
To get his grandchildren, give it to total strangers, you see. Same goes with my child, he's 14, why he should spend his youth in a foster care, I mean. David, I will show you. This is David, this is David Alexander, yes. He is a granddad of children who goes for adoption today. It's supposed to be finalized now, in this moment, in York County, in York Court, you see. That's what's going on now. What are you protesting about? David, what are you protesting about? Just a brief, because new people are here. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
You find it, as long as you're over there, no issues, that's absolutely fine. Not outside the city, don't know anything over there, so that's fine.
Well, I have to be outside the window when I first started. But not today. When we first started protesting, I did it here.
Yeah.
Then we had to move over there. And that's where we left it. I've got a more powerful megaphone. That's the point. We're doing that.
So what's new developments?
You're not even at it.
Protesting there, not here. How it works?
Just with the loud here, like just
Yeah.
away from the part where the.
Ah, right. Okay, fair
But
enough.
me
Fair enough.
shouting, I mean, me talking loud. Well, buses are louder than what I'm talking.
If we can't hear him when buses are going by, then what chance have they got?
Well, you know,
And
it's
West
well,
right
it's
next to him.
you know, it's very much unfair. I mean, he's a granddad, own his home, mortgage free. Find other one who got mortgage free house here. You know, I mean, it's a bit of you know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? I know that you're police, you're under command, but like a human, you understand, it's something very wrong here. If people wrong, has to be behind bars. You know what I mean? Behind bars, jailed if they are doing something wrong. If they're not behind bars, they should keep their children. Simple as that.
You know they can do. They're not breaking no laws. So they're just wasting his time.
That's all they're doing.
Should be done for that, then. It's a criminal crime.
Yeah, they're getting away with it. Where's the police then?
Oh, sorry.
What was that?
Can I just have some words? You keep this. You don't move. Just put it on me. Don't put behind, because it's only have a facility to record
Right.
just like that. You see? Yeah. Don't put it behind, because it will be close. It's not like
Yeah.
face. Like
No, I'll
this.
keep it like
Simply
this.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just,
Watch road.
yes.
It's-
How I should put it?
You just
Like that.
pull that button.
Yeah.
Just get the police leaving. There's the police leaving.
Hello, my name is Eugene. I come here gladly to support the case of David Alexander. His two grandchildren is being finalized for adoption today. I know David personally. He's absolutely fine. He's owned his home mortgage free. He's a sound person. He is not being investigated by police, so what's the reason he shouldn't have his grandchildren? What is the problem here? The social services even demanded that he will kick out from home his own son in order not to confuse his children. And this is insane. So I came here all the way from Medway to support David. And I'm sure this case has to be opened and reinvestigated. I'm in the same situation, almost same, because my child is being kept in a foster care for nothing. So I would like to appeal to York Children Services, to Medway Children Services to cooperate and to let children come to their parents and to grandparents. This is insane what is going on here. I would quite happy if people on Twitter and Facebook would sign our petitions and to demand the return children back to our care. There are no perfect parents, everyone has some faults. Doesn't mean that our children has to be taken like some kitten or dogs just to new owners. This is insane, it should be stopped. So I'm in front of York County Court here. I appeal to both to York Children's Services and to Medway Children's Services to let our children free.
Cat, shout about your case and all if you want.
There are always going to find something, but it doesn't make any sense.
Talk about it.
I would also appeal to my MP Raymond Chisti kindly give another look and to investigate this case. Because MP of David Alexander, he's busy with his case and he will be investigating this case. She will be investigating this case. She asked Parliament, so I appeal to Raymond Chisti to show some respect to his constituents and just to reopen this case and to give me support. Raymond Chisti, please give me your support. You cannot ignore this problem. Like this life, this poor man has to stay here and just watch how his grandchildren being adopted. It is very tragic, it is disgusting, totally. It's incredible.
Already, before it's been finalised, the prospective adopters have already refused to do the letterbox contact.
But I'm struggling because they're supposed to send us a letter.
That's something else. The people that are adopting the twins have already, before they've got them, before it's been finalised, they have already refused to do the letterbox contact.
They refuse to do with letterbox contact, but this is illegal.
But social services have told the mother the
Sorry.
doctors will not wish to do the letterbox contact until it's finalised. They have
Until
no
it's
right to
finalised.
stop it. They have no right to stop it. both parents and I and the sister have a,
Happened to you, love.
have a right.
Full of shit. I was full of shit. Is that why you're fucking dressed like that, man? You fucking got it head. You got it fucking head, mate. You look like fucking heroin, innit?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
I'm just being nosy. Sorry, can you repeat, Sarah, what did you ask me about?
fuck. Adoption, fucking child abuse. Are you fucking off your head?
It is. It is. It is abuse.
Sorry, Sarah, can you repeat what you just said? I just couldn't
It
say.
is abuse.
About me. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't give a fuck. It's fucking
Sarah, can you repeat what you asked me? Because
There,
I just...
there is somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, she's been adopted, so it says everything, doesn't it?
She has been adopted
She's
herself.
been adopted, so
Oh,
it says
well, I mean, if they
everything.
go like that, I mean, half of the country will adopt each other. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Says everything.
What's happening? What's happening? There is a gentleman called David Alexander. So his grandchildren is being adopted for this moment in this court. This is the window of this court, you see. So naturally, he's quite upset about that, and he's protesting. Why is he being adopted? It's a very good question, which I struggle to give an answer. Someone asks, why are your children being adopted? I mean, for me, it is sort of insane. Someone asks here, why are children being adopted?
Because I'm 60 years old.
Because he's 60 years old. Listen, this man, he's a sound person. I mean, he owns his house mortgage free. He owns car. I mean, he can do all stuff. And you brought up your own children. You brought up your five children. Yeah. So I mean, what is the problem here? I'm 59, so I brought up my own child. So what is the problem? Just age. It's age discrimination. I would say. So, and you have sister of those siblings. You're still bringing her up.
Yes.
And how old is she?
She's 5 now.
She's 5, and you brought her up alone just since
From
she was
birth.
from
From
he,
birth.
he brought her up alone from birth. You see, and they don't allow him to bring up his siblings. This is insane. It's not a problem you could conceive. Conceive tomorrow, someone get you. 60 is not a problem. You can conceive tomorrow. Yes, I know. No, I mean, this is not a matter of age. It's a matter how fit you are. Well, they invent all sorts of reasons. They took my child to foster care, and they said because my dad, who's 84, was in Holocaust. They must have the reason. Well, listen, I mean, that's what I'm just telling to you. You can see this person in front of me. That is what their reasons. His age, that was reasons. It sounds unbelievable, but this is truth. No, there are no perfect parents in this world, no perfect parent. But they can find some small thing, and then they can make lots of exaggeration. It's all very simple. If you are a criminal abusing your children, you have to be behind bars. Full stop. If you're not behind bars, you have a right to bring up your own children, isn't it? Sorry, I don't know. What is this? So I can't follow all people. I don't know. It's insane criterion. It's only one place. People just adopt it like that. This is insane. Come and take your child like some sort of garbage and put to another owner. It's absurd, total absurd. York in the UK, yes. You see, they try to promote view that adoption is not a big deal. That's basically this argument is about. I cannot recollect any other country where. So what is with the parents? What is with their parents? Well, parents are normal human beings. I mean, they're not behind bars. They are not alcoholics or drug addicts, and they demand David kick them out from a house. I mean, they didn't get place to live. You see, but it is a housing problem. I mean. So mother is mother is in the court now. I know he could, but I think there more to it than meets. Look, I know this guy personally. Look on him. He's genuine guy. He's absolutely fine. More in it, not more in it, has to be criterion. And criterion, if you're not a criminal behind bars, no child abuser, you have a right to raise your own children. That's about it. There are no perfect parents. You know? No perfect parents. There is no perfection in this world. If they were child abusers, they would be behind bars. Full stop. That's what I think. But I mean, here they could remove your children because of a future emotional abuse. Something might happen in the future. For example, they don't like how you treat social worker. It means that you will not treat appropriately your child. This is insane, to my view. Absolutely insane. It's absolutely crazy. We have to think about humanity. Parents, I don't understand. The parents don't want the child, so the grandparents. No, they want the children. They want the children. No, they want the children. But he came as a carer because social workers were not happy with parents. So he offered them his own 4-bedroom house, car. I mean, he can care about. So I mean, and they didn't want to give to grandfather also. They did not give up on their children. No, not at all. What name of your MP could you remind it, please?
Rachel Maskell.
Richard Rachel
Maskell.
Rachel Maskell does really very good job. It's his MP. Unfortunately, I'm not lucky with my MP, who is Raymond Chisty. He just ignores me. He says case in the court, he can't help it. Of course you can. There has to be more. Well, look, put it like that. Simple as that. They are not convicted criminals. Hang on. It's what you think. No, what I know for sure, they are not their parents. Wait a second. Can't switch this. They are not criminals, those parents, okay? They're not drug addicts, they're not alcoholics. That's what so what is more in it? What's more in it? I can guarantee it because they are around. He's around, father of children. Nothing more in it, okay? Do you mean you need to have some special license to carry your children? Like you drive a car, you need to give some examinations? I mean, for it, this is insane. If you go like that, then you have to pass some sort of exams if you can have children. And if you not pass exams, then children has to be taken away. I mean, isn't it insane? We are challenging basic rules of nature. Everyone can have children. There is no need to be assessed if you can have children. Guys, just get real. I mean, after all. We should get real. We cannot get sort of examinations to have children by whom? By some people who maybe don't know how to raise children themselves. I appreciate there could be cases when children has to be taken, but if its parents are behind bars, children are left on a street. But if they have they have a granddad, granddad, you know, who already raised, and their sister is there. He can raise his sister, who is 5 years old, and he raised her by her own. And they denied him right to raise another grandchildren. You know, where is the logic here? This is insane.
Yeah, we are indeed.
We all know how children could suffer in a middle-class families, and he looks like a middle-class guy. I mean, SS is a wanker to take kids for nothing. Yeah. I mean, you can always find imperfections in anything, you know? Always can find imperfections. I don't know, there are many talks about reforms in the family law now in a situation, so it's not only my view, it's a view of many people. Let's take on me. So if you start to criticize them and to name them, they just bring you to prison. I am facing prison on the 16th of January at the Canterbury County Court because I dare to criticize Medway Children's Services online. Isn't it insane?
Do you have any problems from police who are out like that then?
Isn't it insane? If you don't agree your child stay in care, they put you to and they antagonize children. most disgusting what they do, they antagonize children. So they came to my child and they told him that if your dad behaves like that, you will not get him back. And to me they say he's never going to come back. I had my kids taken from me because I want work in security. What's the nonsense? I had my kids taken from me because you work in security services. I mean, so I don't see any connection. Well, to me they said that because my father was in Holocaust 70 years before, I cannot get care of my child because I need to treat some psychological problems. But I went to 3 doctors. I have no any problems, so nothing to treat. All cases fake. My child should come back, and they keep him already 18 months, and I could hardly see him. I made already 3 hunger strikes. I went to Strasbourg to Council of Europe, and there is no. I'm not saying that I'm perfect parent, of course, but that's why they are here to work with the parent. I mean, I gave him all my life, so why he should stay with strangers? If you argue with them, they put you to prison, like in some sort of totalitarian country, like in Bahrain. Someone going to be in prison for his tweets, and I'll be in prison for my tweets. So the difference between UK and Bahrain, it is nonsense. They are above law. If you dare to criticize them and name them, you should go to prison. This is insane, isn't it? Totally insane. Where is your dad? Where is?
Over there.
Ah. Including him again. 1 second. So they actually demand that you kick out your own son to be able to care for grandchildren.
Yeah.
But this is insane. I mean, I understand your son is not criminal. He's not behind bars. So
No.
why you should kick him out? For what? I mean, it's your own son. Even if he's a criminal, how can you kick out your own son?
He's no criminal.
If he will even a very criminal, I mean, how can you kick out your own son? This goes insane, my friend. This is absolutely insane. Well, I can't see any sense.
They tried telling me I had to choose between having my granddaughter or my son and his wife, but I wouldn't do it, and I insisted that they take it before the judge, but eventually they gave up.
I see.
I did get her under special guardianship order. They gave up when I refused to do it point blank.
Sorry, can you say what you said about guardianship? Whom you get under special guardianship order?
My granddaughter, the first one.
Ah, so you could get a first one.
Yes.
You see what they do? He can get his first daughter, granddaughter, but they didn't allow him to get 2 more children. What's the bloody logic here? If he can care one grandchild, he can care other grandchildren.
Well, I have 8 grandchildren.
No, it's his. What do you say? It's his. So it's his son. No, David is a grandfather of 2 siblings who were taken for adoption today, but he was allowed to keep another, whom he brought up alone since 5 years old.
Get a last shout in.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's time that it'll be.
Yeah. Go on. Carry on.
This is a final plea to Judge Wildsmith. Do not sign that form. Do not finalise the adoption. There is no need for this adoption, and you know there is no need. Already, the prospective adopters
It's
have
insane.
stopped the letterbox contact for the parents. That's before they've got any legal right to do so. It's a final plea to you. Do not finalise this adoption. I will not give up. I will keep coming. I want them children back. There is no need for them to be with any foster carers or adoptive family. They have a family. They have a sister who has been abused by this court and social services. They stripped away all her legal rights to have contact with her siblings illegally. This court and social services know they have a duty to promote contact. Do not sign that form. Do not finalise it. You know it's wrong and not needed.
It's all insane. Sorry guys, wish I could help. Where are you based? Just sign petition. You can find my petition on Twitter. And well, he based in New York, I based in Medway. Thank you for. We'll have to look into it. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is issue. There is no any sort of bottom line or some sort of secrets you see here. I mean, there are, as I said again, there are no perfect parents, you see. They could find house is messy, they could find, but I mean, in my case, child went to a very good school, he was fine. I mean, there is always could be issues in when child getting, teenager, I mean, but why they should drag him and keep him in care, let me see him 4 times a year as if I'm some sort of, criminal, which I'm not. And child wants to see me more, my son wants to see me more, he wants to come back home. What is the problem here? It just seems crazy. I'm not understand. Yeah, I'm not surprised you don't are you from the UK? Yeah, this is people start think something getting wrong when we don't tell some truth. But truth is, we are not criminals. We are not behind bars. And children are being taken to, strangers. And when they go to foster care, they're trying all their best to antagonize children against their parent. And when you raise their voice against them, they will drag you to prison. I'm going to be imprisoned, might be imprisoned, on the 16th of January in a Canterbury County Court under guidance of Judge Scarratt because I allegedly breached injunctions which forbid me to name children's services workers. It's all quite insane. Doesn't swap. Why stop broadcasting? I don't get. There is some